Kong is one of the two special administrative regions of the People's Republic of China, the other being Macau. Situated on China's southern coast, Hong Kong is renowned for its expansive skylines and deep natural harbor. Compared to Ukraine's 600,000 square kilometers, we only have a landmass of 1,100 kilometers. But compared to your population of 47 million, we have a population of over 7 million, which makes Hong Kong one of the most densely populated areas in the world. Under the principle of one country, two systems, Hong Kong runs on economic and political systems very different than those of mainland China. Hong Kong is one of the world's leading international financial centers with a major capitalist service economy characterized by low taxation, free trade, and minimum government intervention under the ethos of positive non-interventionism. And the Hong Kong dollar is the 9th most traded currency in the world. Hong Kong has a long-established track record as Asia's premier center for cross-border financial transactions. Our strengths derive from our special link with mainland China, in particular with respect to FDI, foreign direct investments flows. Why? There are, of course, many other reasons that makes Hong Kong such a special place. For example, we have a long-established legal system following the English common law, which ensures our regulatory environment is fair and transparent. Our judicial system is very independent and impartial. Hong Kong was once described by Milton Friedman as the world's greatest experiment in laissez-faire capitalism, and it maintains a highly developed capitalist economy and ranked the freest in the world by the Index of Economic Freedom for 15 consecutive years. It is an important center for international finance and trade, with one of the greatest concentration of corporate headquarters in the Asia-Pacific region. It has a completely free flow of information, free trade, no restriction on capital movements, and there are no foreign exchange controls. However, the best of all is a simple, low-tax regime with no withholding tax, no capital gain tax, no estate duties, and our maximum corporate tax is around 17%. And there's no restrictions on foreign portfolio investors. As far as we can see, the further relaxation and financial opening of China can only consolidate Hong Kong's leading position in Asia's international financial center in the medium term. And at the heart of this international financial center is, of course, the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. It is now the 7th largest in the world, with a total market capitalization of US $2.34 trillion as at the end of last month. Last year, Hong Kong raised 22% of worldwide IPO's capital, making it the largest center for initial public offerings in the world, exceeding New York and London. Including post-IPO, we raised a total of US 81 billion last year, and that's number one in the world as well. In terms of liquidity, our market turnover ranked 11th among the WFE 52 exchanges for the first 7 months of this year is about the same for last year. In terms of number of listed companies, we ranked 10th amongst the 52 exchanges around the world. It is particularly interesting to note that we recently amended our listing rules for mineral companies with the aim of better meeting the specific business conditions required for mineral and exploration companies and facilitating their listings. The mining sector is one of the fastest growing segments in our market. And with more than 1,300 companies listed in Hong Kong, about 170 of them are actually metals and minings, oil and gas, and energy firms, predominantly with operations on the mainland China. We do expect more overseas companies to join our platform, given the attractive valuation and liquidity of our mainland industry peers. Earlier this year, in January, UC Rusal, the Russian aluminum company, raised $2.2 billion US in our market. Some of you may be interested in understanding the listing requirements in Hong Kong. In fact, overseas issuers can seek a listing on the Hong Kong exchanges, but they must be incorporated in a recognized or accepted jurisdiction. Currently, in addition to the 4 recognized jurisdictions under our listing rule, being Hong Kong, the People's Republic of China, Bermuda, and Cayman Islands, the exchange also accepts 12 other jurisdictions: Australia, Brazil, British Virgin Islands, Canada, including British Columbia and Ontario, Cyprus, Germany, Japan, Jersey, Luxembourg, Singapore, and the UK. In accepting an overseas jurisdiction, the exchange will consider whether the applicant is incorporated in a jurisdiction whose financial regulator is a signatory of the IOSCO Multilateral Memorandum of Understanding, or has an adequate bilateral cooperation agreement with our Securities and Futures Commission of Hong Kong. We understand some Ukrainian companies are incorporated in Cyprus and Jersey. Therefore, under our present regime, we could accommodate them. Yet there are many others which are incorporated in Ukraine and other jurisdictions which are currently not accepted by the exchange. The Securities and Stock Market State Commission of Ukraine, SSMSC, is currently an honorary member of IOSCO, but is not at present a signatory of the IOSCO Memorandum of Understanding, and does not have a bilateral cooperation agreement with the SFC. We understand the SSMSC is currently working towards accession to the IOSCO MMOU. Until then, companies in Ukraine will need to use a Cayman company or similar companies in the accepted jurisdiction to list in Hong Kong. But in the meantime, we urge the government here to encourage the signing to the IOSCO so that Ukrainian companies can be easily listed in Hong Kong in the future. To summarize, Hong Kong as a traditional trading center have bridged the East and the West for more than a century. Her strong legal framework, reliable infrastructure, the low tax regime provides the ideal place for joint ventures between Ukraine and China. Hong Kong as an international financial center and the Hong Kong exchanges can provide a world-class platform for Ukraine companies to raise capital for development in the future. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to invite the President of Ukraine and his delegation to visit Hong Kong exchanges during their upcoming official visit to Hong Kong next month. And again, congratulations to the establishment of the Ukraine-China Business Council. I'm certain this very important council will provide the platform that will bring great economic benefit to our two great countries and the people, Ukraine and China.